Hi, this is Paul.
And this is Audrey.
And this was our last week, week 4, level 3, was a hop.
April 2017.
Swing outs, redirections, spin slides, all that good stuff.
Yes. Before we get started, I would like to move my phone to the side. All right. So we finished up this class by this series by talking a lot about moving together with weight with our partner as we're redirecting out of a swing out, and we moved from our hip catch from last time into TikToks out of the swing out of a swing out. And we're not teaching again specific moves. We're teaching the concepts behind making those work out. So we're going to show a couple of variations of each of these just to give you an idea of how they worked.
Yeah. So to break it down, we first started with just understanding how to shift weight with your partner, because in a TikTok, it's just like fancy walking, basically.
Yeah, let's show the TikTok actually, just to get that in people's memory. Okay.
So to start off with, we did kind of like a promenade. Oh, it might be off now. Can you not hear me? Just pretend.
Promenade. So we started side by side, and we said, leaders, step in front of the follow like so. And then we asked to just back up. Okay, and we said we'd shift our weight sideways and sideways and sideways and sideways. And now from the other side. Side, 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 side. And then from the side, I'm stepping and we're moving together. The key for the leads was to hold your frame steady and to balance over your own foot, so that any movement that you make is clear as an asked for, requested movement through your frame, instead of you wiggling just trying to hold your own balance.
And I don't know if you hear this, but for the follows, was again the concept of shifting weight, but then also allowing the lead to be very honest about their weight shifts, because this is a move that is very much more like body centric as opposed to arm centric.
So then we said we're going to go into this from rock step, and we're going to pivot in front of the follow, and we're going to back up for an arbitrary number of steps. And then we're going to slide right back out of that. Here's what that looked like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2. Lead goes first, then the follow goes, and I'm leading each of these steps. And you can do as many as you want. Cool.
Yep. And then after that, we move to adding a little bit more of that push-pull to add rotation. But note that these are not swivels.
And the difference is, think of like a lumbering bear. It has like two sides going the same, like that, kind of like a big robot even. And so that's what we were saying, is we're essentially like that one robot. We're stepping on one side together, then the other side, then we rotate the side that we're stepping on. So we have the hip leading that side. So I'm asking for a right foot forward by moving my left foot back, and I am giving a rotation, which we'll show in a moment, for the right foot to come forward, then the left foot to come forward. Right hip, left hip, right hip, left hip.
So note that this is honestly actually more intuitive than swivels, because it's counter body motion, which is just walking. So there's a little bit of shoulder, hip, then I step.
So how we led this was through both of the hands. So we actually don't need both hands strictly. We prepped it by showing what we liked as our grip for this. We have a nice tight hand, nice strong fingers for the leads and for the follows. And so this reduces the noise and the delay between our hand movements. So we just had you all move around and play rotational. And then we asked the leaders to stay stationary and then rotate the follows and move together like so. And then we just moved this into this frame here. And did the same thing, moving around, back and forth. And this essentially just evolved then into 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5 from the other side, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3. And what I'm doing here is I'm giving a little pull, then I'm giving a little kind of counter rebound push while I'm also rotating with the backhand this way. Then I'm giving a little pull, then I'm doing this rotation. And I do these in rapid succession, and I actually do them on the half count. So I do it on the and. So leaders, here's what my footwork is. I'm going and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. And that half count allows the follow to pay attention.
It allows me to rotate with that little bit of a pull, and then a little bit of push on the other side. But again,
and land on the count together.
So, and again, I'm allowing, because it's on the and of the beat, I am allowing my frame to go first, and then it goes down, which ends up with my step being on the beat.
So the and is going to be when I'm asking for that motion as we're coupling together, and then the main count will be when we're actually arriving. It's going to look like this. Rock, step, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And we're both stepping together because I'm leading between the half counts. So then we turn this into arbitrary numbers of these spins with a free spin out, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. And we just said just open up somehow. We're charging up. We're giving a slightly larger rotation into the one right before you decide to free spin out as a little bit of a pop. And then we said leads, pretend it's a free spin. You're just stepping out and free spinning out. From the other side, here, I step out to the side and make sure the follow has a path.
And follows, this was basically, again, building off of the spins from earlier. They could either be a single step spin, double time spin, and just remember to balance and power yourselves.
Yep. So the full thing together, when we add it into a swing out, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 2, 2, 3, and 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. We can do as many as we want. Cool. And as a recap of how we said you can use different parts of the frame for each other as points of redirection, not necessarily just the hip or the hands. So in the example of the hip catch, we could use the shoulder or this hand. So we'll quickly recap that as well. This was the hip catch. So that was one version. Then we said, hey, we can do the same thing with the shoulder. It's exactly the same of a frame. And we also said, hey, leads, we can add a little sweep. If you're well balanced, this foot is free, and you can start to add styling yourself. And then the last one was we can do the same thing actually with the hand. So it's the same frame. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2. Right? So we can pop out of that there. And likewise, the same concept applies. We can do the hip catch, for example, that we learned earlier. That's the way we learned it. We can do that with any hand. We can do it with the other hand. So it doesn't really matter what hand you do these things from. It's all the same concept. Shoulder. And now you see moves like this, you're like, oh, that's where that comes from.
Yep. And I don't know if I'm expert, so you might want to just finish it up.
So on behalf of both of us, we're really proud of you guys for the amount of work that you put in. You stuck with the whole series. It was high quality focus, high quality dancing that you put into it. Hard level 3 class, and you did a great job. And congratulations on completing the course.
Thank you so much for having so much patience and focus and engagement, and we really enjoy working with you. And great job.
Bye-bye.